sa threat assessment. Ano ba talaga? Meron ba talaga threat assessment? Inalis ba yung threat assessment? Or meron pa rin ba? Ano ba talaga? Hello mga kaibigan, ako po si Guns Pinoy. Sa ating previous video, nakasama natin si Charles of Philippine Ricochet Line para i-discuss yung amendment sa RA 10591. At kasama natin ulit siya ngayon. Hello Charles.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Guns Pinoy. Thanks for having me. It's a great pleasure, and we are happy to be here to discuss yung latest developments natin and offer more clarification and explanation doon sa upcoming changes natin, hopefully with the new gun laws.
So para sa video na ito, kasama rin natin si Attorney Brian. Siya ay isang lawyer at isa din sa mga tumulong at nag-contribute para sa success ng pag-improve ng ating gun laws. Tutulungan tayo ngayon ni Attorney Brian para better mas maintindihan kung paano ba naisulat at i-interpret yung nakasulat mismo doon sa amendment. Titingnan natin ang lawyer's perspective dito at maklarify natin yung mga dapat i-clarify. Hello, Attorney Brian. Kamusta?
Hello, hello. Nice to see you guys again. Magandang umaga sa inyong lahat. Tungtong ako na napasa na natin itong batas na to. I mean, soon to be, sana mapasa na. I'm glad to help, give my insight siguro on this para we can have same understanding kung paano siya basahin at ano yung mga intention natin nung sinulat ng batas na to.
Attorney Brian, sobrang dami nung nakasulat, no? Pero siguro i-hit na lang natin yung ilang mga main concerns talaga ng community natin. Ang una is sa threat assessment. Ano ba talaga? Meron ba talaga threat assessment? Inalis ba yung threat assessment? Or meron pa rin ba? Ano ba talaga?
Magandang tanong yan. And I can understand kung bakit may confusion. Kasi nanggaling tayo sa may threat assessment. Eh. Tapos yun, there were talks na tatanggalin ng threat assessment. Maraming tao nagsasabi na dapat tanggalin na to, parang unfair siya, unequal. So I guess para mas malinaw siya, I'll share my screen na lang, no? Okay, so here is yung House Bill 11539. So the pertinent provision here is yung sa PTC4 na definition here. Tapos yun sa Section 3, carrying of firearms outside of the residence, no? So, ang nangyari here is pag naka-strike through siya, tinanggal yan. Naka-all caps, yan yung dinagdag. So, pag titingnan natin, ang nangyari here is, tapos siya ito dinagdag, who is qualified to own and possess firearms and ammunition under Section 4 of this Act. Pag sinabi kasing this Act, so titingnan mo dyan is yung 10591 na. Ang mangyayari niya, yung Section 4 niya, that's gonna refer back to your license to own and possess na qualification. Yun yung typical na 21 years old, pumasa na neuro, pumasa na drug test, police clearance, etc. If pumasa ka na nun, may LTAP ka, magiging eligible ka na ba to get the PTC4? We look at the rest of the sentence, no? So, ang mangyayari is to complete the provision here, dati meron pa nitong highlighted portion. Yung whose life is under threat or is in imminent danger due to the nature of his profession, occupation, or business, provided that such permit shall be valid for 2 years date approved and the sooner revoked or suspended. Na-strike through po yan. So, pag na-strike through po siya, the intention is to remove. If you recall, nung sa House of Representatives, nag-uusap na sa technical working group with Representative Acop, ang napag-usapan dyan ay bakit merong mga profession na dagdag na lang tayo ng dagdag para matanggal yung threat assessment. Na ang na-resolve nila is to remove dapat. Pag tinanggal ang isang portion or inamend ang isang law, we follow a statutory construction principle, a legal principle, no? It came from Dreamwork versus Hanyole, na pag binago ang batas, tapos yung malinaw kung paano binago ang batas, we have to follow kung ano yung intention kung bakit binago. So here, dahil tinanggal siya, susundin natin na tinanggal siya. Pero naintindihan ko kung bakit iniisip ng iba, meron pa rin threat assessment kasi itong normal na capitalization, that's just maintaining kung ano yung nasa current law. Ngayon, naintindihan ko kung bakit may confusion kasi naiwan po to eh. So I'm not sure if this is just a typo clerical error which could be fixed naman kahit natapos yung Congress under Lopez versus PTA na jurisprudence na pwede sila mag-isang clerical error or the court can actually fix clerical errors. Pero in any event, pag naiwan to, it doesn't necessarily mean na magkakaroon ng threat assessment for the purpose of PTC4. So tama po yung sinabi ni Charles na TA wasn't totally removed, pero meron pa rin provisions ng TA dyan, but it doesn't mean na ang TA kailangan sa permit to carry. Let me clarify, no? Since sinabi niya na meron ditong applicant to prove actual threat or life, submitting a threat assessment. Tapos yun, for purposes of this act, sino yung exempted sa threat assessment? Tapos nandito na yung dinagdag from the Senate hearing. So yung mga allied health, honorably separated, the service, chief security of financial commercial institutions. So ano mangyayari? Meron kang provisions ngayon ng exempted sa TA. Tapos yung meron kasi sinasabi dito kung sino ang dapat mag-prove ng TA. Pero pagdating mo sa PTC4 dito, di ba? Tinanggal na yung requirement for the TA. So nagkaroon ka ngayon ng parang extra wording na anong mangyayari pag kailangan ng TA. Pero sa PTC4, hindi siya kailangan ng TA. So anong likely na pwedeng mangyari? It's either pwede siyang hindi gamitin, pero given na may statutory construction na kailangan gamitin mo yung whole of it, ang feel ko baka mangyari is maybe during the IR magamit siya for maybe gun ban exemption, kung paano yung mga requirements for that para at least based on the law. Pero syempre, that remains to be seen depending on paano ang drafting ng IR. Pero at least it is clear to us, to all three of us, kasi total na dyan naman tayo, na the intention of the legislators, was that to legislate the removal of the threat assessment. So, come then, hopefully that's something that we can pursue and push further. And given the recent directive naman from General Torre, no, parang na gusto nila maging mas accessible ang firearms licenses, including PTC4. I think we are in good hands naman. So, essentially, that's how paano siya himayin, and also to read it with the legislative intent in mind.
Okay. So, Attorney Brian, just to clarify, no? Ibig sabihin,
Mhm.
during the amendment, meron tayong binura. Parang ito kasi yung sinasabi nila na para magkaroon ka ng PTC, dapat meron under threat ka. Tama?
Mhm.
Yes, yes.
And
That's
binura
correct.
ito. Nabura ito.
Yes, nabura siya.
Okay. So, technically, kung babasahin natin siya as is, hindi na required ang threat assessment.
Yes, based on this HB 11539 assigned nung a couple of days ago or just recently, no, removed na siya. So naturally, we're still gonna wait for the enrolled bill and what's gonna be signed. Pero
Mm.
as it is right now, tinanggal siya.
Okay. But then
Okay.
again, just to clarify, because
Mm-mm.
meron pa rin doon sa babang part na
Mm-mm.
parang professions na hindi na kailangan i-prove na may threat sila, doon nagkakaroon ng confusion.
Yes, that's correct. So, kasi originally, dinagdagan lang eh. Tapos yun,
Mhm.
until na-realize ng Congress na baka mas magandang i-remove. So, we don't know if by inadvertence na iwan na lang itong bottom portion, hindi natanggal. Or
Mhm.
the intention was really to leave it for further use or future use siguro for maybe gun ban exemption or something. Kasi as of now, that's all I can think about. So, that remains to be seen. Pero yes, this is what's causing
Okay, so
the likely confusion.
meaning
Okay.
Attorney Brian, so possible na mawala na talaga yung threat assessment?
I think we're leaning more na ang PTC4 walang TA pero ito gagamitin to something else.
Okay.
So, for here, wala naman nakasabi sa batas kung saan siya gagamitin kasi tinanggal na po yung sa PTC4 eh. So, ang iniisip ko na lang, maybe it's supposed to be related to carrying, pero not necessarily PTC4 kasi nag-end na yung thought dito, may period na eh. So, pag nag-end na yung thought, hanggang dito lang yung qualifications ng PTC4 kung ano yung kailangan mangyari. So, this is a disjointed thought. Iba na dapat siya. Pero since it's still related under the section of carrying of firearms,
Mhm.
dun ka magkakaroon ng parang, yeah, it's a little bit more confusing, no? So, dapat medyo siguro related siya to carrying, pero not necessarily PTC4. Kaya, it leads me to an assumption na maybe it's for maybe gun ban exemption or maybe baka hindi rin siya gamitin at all.
Okay.
So, that can only be finalized sa IRR na.
All right. All
But
right.
at least, yun dito sa taas, it's clear na tinanggal siya.
Okay, so casing point, based dyan sa nakasulat, inalis yung provision na kailangan ng threat assessment para sa mga nag apply ng permit to carry firearms outside
Yeah,
residence.
Mhm.
yes, that's correct.
All right. So yun, thank you Attorney Brian for clarifying
Mhm.
that, no.
Mm.
George, meron
Mhm.
ka bang question for Attorney Brian for clarification?
Yeah, so just to simplify, Attorney Brian, we are entertaining the possibility here na mawala na talaga yung threat assessment come yung pagdinig natin sa IRR. Tama ba?
Yes, come IR drafting, syempre they're also thinking about that now. considering how the bill is, assuming all things remain equal, no, and after inviting the invited list of the stakeholders, that's the likely conclusion siguro of how it's going to go. Still, given that wala pa tayo doon, hindi pa tayo makakapagsalita ng tapos. But
Okay.
in any event, since we were there in Congress naman, we know how it was drafted or the intention behind drafting it. And we're just merely inuulit natin kung ano yung mga narinig natin ng TWG, ng Congress hearing,
Tama.
na ito talaga yung gustong gawin nila dapat. So,
Mhm.
kung gusto nila tagalin yung TA, yun yung gusto nilang gawin. Ngayon, how it is implemented, that remains to be seen. So, mag-aantay pa tayo until then. Pero, kung may imbita tayo for the IRR, no, for the stakeholders list, kailangan naman tayo na nandun. Syempre, uulitin natin din yung intention na yan. And I think din naman that PNP is aware of that intention. So hopefully, the spirit of the law, no, the legislative intent, the ratio legis, gets put into effect implementation.
Okay, very nice, Attorney Brian. Thank you for clarifying that. I look forward to the IRR hearing.